Hi, my name's Lydia O'Leary. I'm the founder of Ribbons for Rescue. You've probably heard of us or seen our videos that we've been putting out on Facebook, the information that we've been feeding through social media to let the world be aware of the genocide that's taking place in the Middle East against Christians right now and other religious minorities. We've been trying to get that information out through every avenue possible so that the world would truly know, so that the church in America would begin to really understand what's taking place and what our responsibility is in response to that. One thing that we've found so difficult that we've come up against is something that our media and our culture has formatted it and fashioned in us with us being completely unaware of it. I was actually shocked to find out about it myself. Research has shown that if you are a person living in the year 2015, then your attention span is 8 seconds long. That's 1 second less than a goldfish. And that's something that most of us are unaware of because we're too busy going from idea to idea to idea to idea. And we see it in the way our movies are made, we see it in the way our media is represented to us. People are vying for our attention, so they're making things quicker and faster. And what's happened as a result of that is we are becoming a people who can no longer focus and pay attention to the important things that are going on. We've lost our ability to live purposeful and intentional lives because we have things here, there, and everywhere that are calling for our attention. And we're looking back and forth. When I read that research article, I found it hard to believe, but then I took a minute and I examined my own life and I examined my own responses to things. I actually evaluated myself. And what I found disturbed me, that it was very true that I could not keep focused on something for any serious amount of time without my thoughts going elsewhere, without my eyes being diverted elsewhere. What I want to encourage you guys, because we're finding as we're getting this message out there that there are thousands being killed. There are millions who have had to leave their home over in the Middle East simply because of what they believe in. As we're getting this information out, people care for about 8 seconds. They care enough to click like and share on their Facebook page, but it's not strong enough and it's not lasting enough and it's not persevering enough to take a stand and take a step to make a change with what's going on. I want to speak to you. If you call yourself a believer, if you call yourself one who follows God, that you need to know the heart of God, that He says that He requires obedience over sacrifice. We see it in Isaiah 58 where the Israelites were fasting and praying and mourning and seeming eager for God to move. And yet God looked at them and He said, that's not what I want. I don't want a day of your tears and your crying. I don't want a day where you put on a show for me, that you care, even if it's genuine, even if you truly feel it. What I want is I want to see a marked difference in your life. I want your life to look different. I want the yoke of slavery to be broken, the chains of oppression to be taken off. That's what the Lord wants. We can no longer be hearers of the word and deceive ourselves. We have to do what it says. And He lays out very specifically what our response should be. I want to give you guys a place and a location that you can go to if you want to take a stand, if you want to get more educated about what's going on, if you want to learn how to pray about the things that are taking place. November 1st is All Saints' Day. At every state capital across the nation, we are calling believers to gather, to come together. At each place, there will be a State of the Global Church address, which will inform each of us as to what the numbers are, what's really going on around the world in regards to the persecution of Christians. Following that, we will be going step by step through different prayer points, calling the church together in unified prayer for very specific things, and it will help you have a better grasp of how to pray for our brothers and sisters in the Middle East. And then finally, we've come up with a call to our nation, to our congressmen and women, to say enough is enough. We are supposed to be the leaders of the free world. We are supposed to be the loudest voice for freedom around this globe. And it's time we start doing that here in our nation and around the globe. And so we've laid out very specific points that we're calling our Congress to. And what that will do is that will give us all, as the church, a foundation to stand on, to begin to call our representatives and say, I know you got this document. What have you done about it? What steps have you taken? And it gives you a place to stand, to bring this call out and to not relent. We are not people who shrink away and fall back at the slightest hint of disappointment. We are a people who pushes forward and we pursue the things that are on the heart of God. And I'm telling you right now, what is foremost on the heart of God are His people. I hope to see you November 1st at your state capitol building.